Welcome to this orientation on the Monitoring and Evaluation Plan for the SDS-SEA Implementation Plan 2023 to 2030, presented by the PEMSEA Resource Facility. This session will walk you through everything you need to know to report your country's or organization's progress under the SDS-SEA IP, from understanding the framework to filling out the template to submitting your report on time. Whether you are a country partner, non country partner, or network secretariat, this guide is for you. Let's begin why we are doing this. The SDS-SEA Implementation Plan is PEMSEA's strategic roadmap for achieving healthy ocean, people, and economies across the East Asian seas by 2030. But a plan is only as good as its implementation. And that's where monitoring and evaluation, or M&E, comes in. M&E tells us whether we are on track, where we need to course correct, and how we can demonstrate impact to our partners, governments, and stakeholders. The SDSC IP is built around four strategic pillars: effective governance, healthy ocean, healthy people, and healthy economies. Each pillar has priority programs, ranging from ICM scaling up and biodiversity conservation to blue investments and stakeholder engagement, that translate regional commitments into concrete action on the ground. The implementation plan covers the period 2023 to 2027, with a longer horizon to 2030 aligned with the UN Sustainable Development Goals. It draws from the rationale, gaps, trends, and commitments that define PEMSEA's regional mandate. Why does this matter to you as a partner? Global frameworks like the SDGs, the Kunming Montreal Global Biodiversity Framework, and the Paris Agreement set ambitious targets for our seas. The SDSC is the region's collective response to those commitments. M&E is what makes your contribution visible. When you report, you help answer: how is the East Asian Seas region tracking against global goals? Where are our strengths and where do we need to do more? Your data builds the regional evidence base from the ground up through every partner's contribution. Why does M&E matter strategically? The updated SDSE IP is designed to strengthen three things: strategic programming, institutional efficiency, and financial sustainability. It supports countries in aligning their national policies and programs with global and regional commitments on coastal and ocean governance and the blue economy. It also ensures that PEMSE and the SDSC stay relevant, effective, and adaptable as the region moves towards 2030. The overall objective of M&E reporting is this: to track collective progress, ensure accountability across the partnership, and feed results into the strategy map so that leadership can make informed decisions and keep the SDSC aligned with regional priorities. Your reports are not just compliance requirement, they are the foundation of PEMSEA's evidence base. Now, let's look at the structure of the updated SDSC implementation plan, which is what you will be reporting against. The updated IP has four key objectives. First, it serves as a strategic compass accelerating implementation and positioning PEMSI to respond to emerging challenges and opportunities towards 2030. Second, it aims to strengthen PEMSI and the SDSC as enduring and adaptive mechanisms for governing our coasts, oceans, and watersheds at the regional level. Third, it fosters stronger multi level and cross sectoral partnerships to tackle interconnected challenges facing our seas. And fourth, it builds PEMSI's long term operational capacity and financial stability so it can sustain coordination, delivery, and impact over the long haul. These four objectives shape what we measure and how we report. The updated IP has six components. The first is the introduction, which covers the rationale, alignment with the Ashaman Declaration, results of the midterm review, and the key modifications in the 2023 to 2030 plan. The second is the strategy map, a visual roadmap that links PEMSI's vision, mission, and values to the four pillars and seven strategic objectives, organized across four balanced scorecard perspectives. The third is the balanced scorecard, which translates the strategy map into measurable, high level indicators and targets. This is what leadership uses for decision making and annual reporting. The fourth is the strategic results framework, the detailed pillar by pillar breakdown of strategic objectives, domains, and indicators and targets. Results from the SRF feed upward into the balanced scorecard. The fifth component is monitoring and reporting, a two tiered system designed to track both high level outcomes for leadership and operational progress at the implementation level. Simplified templates have been developed to make this as straightforward as possible while ensuring consistency across the partnership. The sixth component is costing and budget sources, which maps IP against existing funding commitments and identifies resource gaps. This feeds into PEMSEA's financial sustainability plan to support long term implementation and resource mobilization. Together, these six components make the IP a living and actionable document, and not just a strategic aspiration. At the heart of the IP is the strategy map. It provides a holistic framework for achieving the SDSC vision of healthy ocean, people, and economies. The strategy map has three layers: four balanced scorecards perspectives, four strategic pillars, and seven high level strategic objectives. Let's look at it in detail. Here is the full strategy map. At the top, you see PEMSEA's long term vision: healthy ocean, people, and economies, or HOPE, and its mission to foster and sustain healthy and resilient coasts, ocean, people, and economies across East Asian seas through integrated management solutions and strategic partnership. Moving down, the map is organized across four balanced scorecards perspectives: stakeholder engagement, programs and processes, learning and growth, and financial sustainability. Each perspective contains one or more strategic objectives. SO1 focuses on catalytic partnerships, strengthening PEMSEA's convening power and regional influence. SO2 focuses on empowered stakeholders, mainstreaming gender equality and social inclusion, and advancing sustainable livelihoods. SO3 covers results driven programs, delivering integrated, accountable, and effective coastal and ocean programs. SO4 is knowledge to action, building ocean literacy, science communication, and innovation systems. SO5 is strengthened leadership, enhancing the leadership and organizational capacity of PEMSI. SO6 is financing solutions, establishing sustainable financing mechanisms for the SDS-SEA implementation. And lastly, SO7, which is institutional stability, strengthening the financial sustainability of the PEMSI mechanism itself. All of this is grounded in PEMSI's core values: collaboration, inclusiveness, integration, science based action, resilience, innovation, and accountability. When you fill out your reporting template, you will be providing the data that brings this map to life. The balance scorecard translates the strategy map into something measurable. It has five columns: the BSC perspective, strategic objective, core indicator, indicator description, core target, and partners. There are 18 core indicators distributed across the seven strategic objectives. Each indicator has a description that explains what it measures and why it matters. This is there to help you understand what kind of information to report. Each indicator also has a core target, which can be quantitative or qualitative, and a list of key partners or collaborators responsible for contributing to that target. For example, under SO1 Catalytic Partnerships, one core indicator is partnership reach, influence, and convening capacity. A corresponding core target is that at least two cross partnership or cross networking programs or initiatives are conducted among country partners, non country partners, and the PNLG and PNLC annually. The balanced scorecard is what the PRF uses to prepare the consolidated annual report for the PEMSI Council. Your progress reports are the foundation of that report. Below the Balanced Scorecard is the Strategic Results Framework, or SRF. This is the detailed operational layer where your reporting takes place. The SRF is organized around the four SDS-SEA pillars, which are retained to ensure alignment with the SDS-SEA vision and the Shaman Declaration. Each pillar is broken down into strategic domains. There are 12 in total, representing the thematic areas of action. Each domain has a strategic domain objective that defines what it seeks to achieve. At the indicator level, the SRF has 20 high level indicators and 42 supporting indicators. High level indicators measure outcomes at the operational level. Supporting indicators track specific outputs and activities that substantiate progress towards those outcomes. The SRF also includes 2027 milestones, 2030 targets, and a list of target partners for each indicator. Results from the SRF feed upward into the balanced scorecard, which then informs leadership level decisions and the annual PEMSEA Council report. Now, let's walk through the monitoring and reporting process. It has four steps. Step 1: the PRF Secretariat sends out a call for progress reports and provides the reporting templates at least 2 months before the submission deadline. Partners should watch for this communication, typically issued around mid March. Step 2: partners complete the reporting templates provided. Simplified templates have been developed specifically for country partners, non country partners, the PNLG Secretariat, the PNLC Secretariat, and the PRF. Each partner will also have a dedicated online folder for uploading supporting documents. Step 3: completed templates and supporting evidence are uploaded to restricted online folders managed by the PRF. The PRF team then compiles submissions into the Strategic Results Framework and extract key results for the Balanced Scorecard. Step 4: PRF prepares a consolidated Balanced Scorecard report covering the entire PEMSI partnership. This consolidated report is delivered by the PRF Executive Director to the PEMSI Council at the annual meeting. It's important to understand the roles and responsibilities in this M&E system. There are three key tools, each with a clear responsible entity. The strategy map and balance scorecard provide the big picture view for leadership and high level progress reporting. The PRF is responsible for compiling the consolidated balance scorecard report, drawing from the SRF. The detailed strategic results framework guides day to day operational monitoring. PRF populates this based on progress reports from partners, networks, and PRF managed projects. The M&E or progress reporting templates are completed by the partners themselves. Country partners through their focal agency, non country partners through their focal or assigned staff, and the PNLG and PNLC secretariats, and the PRF for its own PRF managed projects. Think of it as a pyramid. Partners provide inputs at the base, PRF consolidates in the middle, and the strategy map and balance scorecard sits at the top for leadership oversight. Let's now look at the reporting template itself. The M&E reporting package is an Excel workbook with multiple sheets. Sheet 2 is the country partners reporting template, titled High Level Scorecard Reporting Template for Country Partners. The template is organized by BSC perspectives and strategic objective. For each row, you will see the strategic objective, core indicator of success, the indicator description, the core target, and subtargets. There is a drop down menu for selecting the category that best fits your initiative. For example, whether it is biodiversity related, ICM related, or climate related. The final columns are where you enter your key action or progress for each year, from 2025 to 2030. Reporting is required at minimum once a year. You can add rows if you have multiple entries under a single indicator. Sheet 6 is a consolidated scorecard, which is completed by PRF, not by partners. This is shown here for reference, so you understand how your inputs will be used. The consolidated scorecards aggregates all partner submissions and tracks progress against each core target, with a status drop-down and key progress fields for each year from 2025 to 2030. This is the document that forms the basis of the annual report to the PEMSEA Council. You can see that all entries currently show not yet started. That's the baseline. Your reports are what will change that. What exactly are country partners expected to report on? Let me walk you through the key areas. Under BSCA, stakeholder engagement, country partners are expected to report on the alignment of national policies with global and regional frameworks. This includes international instruments like NBSAPs and NDCs, national policies, and ICM specific policies. You should also report on the adoption of the EAS ministerial declarations for 2027 and 2030, as well as the integration of blue food and health priorities into coastal management plans. Under BSCB programs and processes, country partners should report on areas covered under the integrated management approaches, such as ICM, MSP, MPAs, and AEFM. National and local integrated management plans with operational budgets, ICM specific programs, national state of coast reports on blue economy, and national blue carbon plans or roadmaps. Under BSCD, financial sustainability, country partners report on ESG aligned financing and certification systems, blue carbon market mechanisms, nature based job programs, investment programs in blue economy sectors, and voluntary country contributions to PEMSE. Remember, you don't need to have achieved all of these to report. Progress, plans, and work in progress all count. For non country partners, the expectations are calibrated to your role as technical and knowledge partners. Under BSCA stakeholder engagement, at least 50% of non country partners should support collaborative activities by 2027, rising to 75% by 2030. Non country partners are also asked to contribute to at least one policy forum every 3 years in collaboration with relevant partners, and to develop technical briefs supporting blue food systems integration. Under BSCB programs and processes, non country partners are expected to contribute tools, technologies, or systems for pollution and waste management, water use efficiency, climate change adoption, disaster risk reduction, biodiversity conservation, and fisheries management. This includes innovative tools in support of blue carbon initiatives. Under BSCC, Learning and Growth, NCPs report on joint training and learning initiatives and joint research and knowledge products co developed under PEMSEA. Under BSCD, Financial Sustainability, NCPs report on investment programs in blue economy sectors and nature based job or sustainability upgrade initiatives. Now, let's walk through the actual steps for completing the template. Step 1. Download and rename the template. The template is available at the link shown on the screen. Once downloaded, rename the file using this format: country name underscore year of reporting underscore SDS-SEA IP progress report. For example, Philippines underscore 2025 underscore SDS-SEA IP progress report. Then navigate to Sheet 2 if you are a country partner, or Sheet 3 if you are a non country partner, and so on. These are the sheets you will be filling in. Step 2. Enter your progress updates. For each indicator and core target in the template, do the following. First, read the target carefully, then use the drop down menu in the Categories column to select the type that best matches your initiative. For example, ICM related, MSP related, or biodiversity related. Next, in the Key Action or Progress column, For the current reporting year, write a brief description of the relevant policy, program, or area. Keep it concise, a maximum of 3 sentences. If the document is available online, please add a link. You can add additional rows if you have more than one entry for a given indicator. You do not need to fill in all the rows if that indicator is not applicable to your country or organization for that year. Step 3. Don't forget the Other Initiatives section. If your country or organization has actions or programs that contribute to the SDSC but are not captured by any of the indicators in the template, you can add them at the bottom of your sheet in the Other Initiatives section. This is particularly useful for newer programs, pilot initiatives, or cross cutting work that doesn't fit neatly into the existing categories. There are separate fields for each reporting year, starting with 2025. Step 4. Upload your completed template and supporting documents in the submission drive linked in the screen. Upload your completed template to your country or organization's designated folder. If you have supporting documents, policies, reports, photos, agreements, upload those as well. Please rename the supporting documents using this format: strategic objective number underscore core target number underscore title of document. For example, SO1 underscore 1.2A underscore NDC3. This naming convention helps PRF quickly locate and verify your evidence. As shown on the screen, there are dedicated folders for each country partner. Before you submit, let us talk about what makes a good progress report. PRF looks for two main things: clarity and completeness. On clarity, your information should be easy to understand. You don't need technical language or lengthy narratives. A good entry might simply say, Blue Carbon Roadmap completed and approved by November 2025. If something is still in progress, that's fine too. It could say, Blue Carbon Roadmap under development, expected approval in a certain month and year. On completeness, countries and organizations are at different stages of implementation, and that's expected. Please share whatever information you currently have, even if the data is partial, still being updated, or under validation. If something is genuinely not available, simply write data not available for this year or data being compiled. An incomplete record is far more useful than a blank one. Two more things PRF values: consistency over time and verifiability. On consistency, if your reported progress changes from the previous year, a short explanation helps PRF understand the update. You are not being asked to justify a change, just to provide context. For example, coastline covered updated due to new LGU mapping, or policy approval delayed to 2026. On verifiability, if you have a document, report, photo, policy, or link that supports your progress, please upload it to your country folder. Means of verification are not mandatory, but they are highly encouraged. You do not need to produce new documents specifically for this report. Whatever you already have is sufficient. A few things to avoid when completing your template. First, avoid long narratives. Your entries should be brief and factual, 3 sentences maximum per indicator. Second, avoid highly technical jargon. Write as if you are explaining the work to a colleague outside your sector. Third, avoid vague statements like ongoing with no additional context. Instead, say what is ongoing and what stage and what the expected outcome or timeline is. PRF may follow up with clarifying questions if entries are unclear, so clear reporting from the start saves everyone time. Finally, let's look at the reporting timeline for 2025 progress. On March 15, 2026, PRF will officially issue the call for progress reporting along with the templates and instructions. From March 15 to May 30, 2026, partners will have approximately 2.5 months to collect data and complete their templates. The deadline for submission of progress reports is May 31, 2026. From May 31 to June 20, PRF will consolidate all submissions into the Strategic Results Framework and prepare the Balanced Scorecard Report. On July 22, 2026, the PRF Executive Director will present the consolidated SDS-SEA Year 2025 Progress Report to the PEMSEA Council. Please mark these dates in your calendar and plan your internal data collection well in advance of the May 31 deadline. And that concludes the orientation. We hope this has given you a clear picture of the M&E framework, the reporting process, and what is expected from each partner. We now open the floor for questions. If you have questions after this session, please don't hesitate to reach out to the PRF Secretariat. We are here to support you through the reporting process. Thank you for joining this orientation. For resources, guidance, and updates, please visit the PEMSEA's website at www.pemsea.org and the Sea Knowledge Bank at seaknowledgebank.net. You can also follow PEMSEA on Facebook, LinkedIn, and Instagram. We look forward to your contributions to the 2025 Progress Report and to the collective story of progress we are building together toward 2030.